Hello there, Cozy Grovers, and welcome back to another episode of this Let's Play series of Town to City. Grove Tender here. I cannot believe that we're already at episode 15 in this series. The last 14 episodes have passed by in the blink of an eye. But what a cozy little town we have to show for it. There is still plenty to do in Cosycombe, however, so let's not waste too much time. But in the meantime, I would love to hear which episode in this series you've enjoyed the most so far. So do drop your favourite episode in the comment below and let me know why. Of course, if you haven't seen the rest of the series yet, you can catch it in the Town to City playlist on the channel or by clicking on the ribbon in the top right of this video. Last episode, we finally got round to adding more farmland into the town, which significantly upped our farm point generation, as well as making the blank space I had left for so long look much more filled in. We also built the City Hall after many episodes of saying that I would. This means we can adjust accordingly the tax to make the citizens happier if required. Today we're going to take a look at our artisan population in a little bit more detail, as we do have some issues with the current placement of housing. We'll also look to add in some more artisan buildings where possible, as well as a general population increase. And who knows, we might even level up to the next size of town if we're lucky. So sit back, get cozy, and let's dive right in. And welcome back to Cosycombe, everybody. We are looking pretty good. Now in today's episode, I do want to take a look at what's going on over here. I placed these houses last time with the intention of having quite a built-up neighbourhood here, but I don't think it's quite going to work for what we want to do with our artisan population. So I am going to make a couple of adjustments. I think we need some kind of road going between these houses so that the workers can get the things they need to these houses a little bit easier. So I'm thinking some kind of path along the back of these houses where we can have some more of these artisan buildings running around the back. I'm going to try and do it without having to take back some land from one of these houses by running a path as close, as flush as possible around the back of these buildings to link up here. And I don't know if it's much better, but we're going to give it a go. And we're going to start off with that, because I think it just makes sense to start there. And it may be that we need an extra warehouse. I just won't know until we do it. So we're gonna very carefully run this path as close to the fence of the back of these houses as possible. And once I've done what we need to do here, I will add some trees along the back of the houses, so they have a bit of privacy still. We'll link that up there. One thing I haven't done is upgrade the road there too, which may help. So let's upgrade the road from this side first. And we have plenty of cash. We have 8,000. It's going to cost a lot to do the upgrade in the first place. And there we go. We can see that just adding an extra path there and upgrading it, those houses are much, much happier. And we have plenty of room to continue a bit more of this urban sprawl along here, but not too much. I don't want it to go much further than this area, really. And we might make something nicer with this area too. I think we'll focus our efforts in this corner today. But that is a really good start. That has fixed a lot of our problems there. And I wonder if we can get a house straight in this gap here. The answer is yes. Just want to fix the path there, make it a little bit more like a path. There we go. Good. And now we can start moving in more artisans into these homes. And it's looking very likely that we're going to potentially reach our next level of town. You only need 8 more artisan residents, which is pretty doable. Got a little attention needed over here. No problem. And of course, we still have the ongoing labour issue at the church. We actually can provide enough workers to cover the demand there now. So that's really good. That's been there for a couple of episodes now. We actually have a fully functioning town again, which is really good. I do want to put in a few more houses, I think. What we do have is we do have a bit of an incline up here. So I'm thinking just a row of artisan houses just down here. I wonder if I start spreading them out a bit more so they have a bit more space around them, you know. I actually can only get 3 in there because of this huge cliff. I would have to really wear away this road, and I don't want to do that. I do wonder, will it look silly if we have 2 houses? Yes, it would. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. And I guess as well, we could put in a couple of houses just here. Like so. And I wanted to leave space for a path to go up here. I think we can do something with that. I kind of like that it's a little bit more built up over here. We have a nice mixture in this town of regular workers plus artisans. We have a family that wants something I don't have over here, so unfortunately they're gonna have to wait. Extremely close now to the. I think we're gonna end. I think the end of this episode will see us upgrading the town size. But for now, I want to think about what we want to do here. I think some kind of maybe a play park is kind of close to the school that already has a play park and stuff, but I think it would look nice. Where is our stuff here? I wonder if we... There's no huge rhyme or reason to where we're going to put stuff. Just going to throw it in and see what sticks. And it is a shame there's not anything else we can use as sort of play equipment. But that's okay. We're going to have... I'm going to fence off this park, actually. Bit more of a, I guess, let's say an upmarket park, this one. And just needs to go there. And then down here. Very good. Then we can start filling in some of the space with some trees. A large tree might be a bit much. I think maybe some medium trees in here though. With some small trees mixed in also. And as always, we want to make sure that the area beneath the apparatus is soft dirt in case anyone falls off. We don't want anyone to hurt themselves. And of course, a couple of benches for the parents to make sure everything's okay. And what I might even do, if I can find it. Oh, that's quite large, but that will stop any vehicles going in. Not that we have any vehicles on here, of course. We are a vehicle-free city, with the exception of the train. And that's just a nice little park for any of the artisans that have children along here. I want to start putting some things along this road too. I think we're gonna zoom in a little bit and just get in a little bit closer with some of the decor. And hopefully I can find somewhere for that chair to go. There we go. And what would be really ace is small like glasses and stuff to go on the tables. I think that would have been good. Maybe a big pumpkin on this one. That's okay. I like that. I like that. Have a little sidewalk sign. Maybe this house is selling some wares that they've crafted themselves. That could be quite nice. I don't think we have anywhere on the front of these buildings to put a poster, but places like here, these are the places where you would find posters. There's a lot of people down this alley, actually. What's going on down here? We're going to spend some time now decorating this row of houses, I think. We don't want to forget about decorating our houses. And we'll have a little post box by the park. Perhaps a banner hanging from this house. What else do we have? Oh, we could have a clock. I wonder if it's worth having a clock in the park, actually. You wouldn't often see that. But it'd be good for the kids that have a curfew. And I think I want to give the backs of these houses little bush wall. Like so. And then the path can come out along here. Let's draw it in now, actually, before I forget. Just come out along there. And then we can do something with that. And again, we think maybe we have a little, just a little fence. No, I don't like that. A small change to that one. Maybe we'll have the fence completely separating each house here. And I might not even go that far. Maybe to just there. Yeah, that's good. And we want to think about what we want to put next to these houses. I think some barrels here would look nice. Get it as close to the house as possible. Another one, and maybe a small one here. And I think they would have a really tiny dirt path. It's coming down the side of the house. And we're going to pretend that we have a doorway here until they add in ploppable doors. I don't think they've added it yet. No, they haven't. We are well into November now. We should see the new animals update that they're bringing. And oh wow, a big shed. I haven't seen this yet. That is a big shed. We should see some cool new things soon being added into the game. That's really nice. Have we got somewhere we could put that? That's kind of space for a shop. Maybe on the end of this house? Maybe there? That's great. That's really good. That's nice. We've got a lot of decorating to do over here too. And we do have some more artisans wanting to come and live in here. We really need to look at their happiness though. They want some public services. We'll get to that in a second. We want to continue a little bit of decor. We got this cool sign here where we can actually place it just here, because we actually have 4 directions. One there, one there, one there, one back here. That's really nice. That's good. Like that. And we got this house here. You can have a little light over the door. I think they would have a small bench out the front. Just there. And I really want to put the pumpkins and stuff on there, but I will refrain. We want to randomize the colors of these. Maybe we'll have a couple of flowers along this one. Yeah, that's good enough. These guys are going to share a back garden, I've decided. We're going to have a selection of flowers down the gap here. Sort of like a flower meadow, really. Good. And what else can we need street lights for one thing. I think these the dual street lights is probably something we should use for our more artisanal roads here. We'll put one there. One here. And we're going to need one further down here, I think. Maybe just there. And of course the park does need light. So we'll have one there. Good enough. Now I wonder, you guys know I like having ivy on a house, so let's put some on here. If we can find ones that work. There we go. Very good. It's as simple as that. I wonder if this house is more of a plant pot kind of house. You might have a few of these outside. And maybe even on their windows. That's nice. Now here, I think some kind of seating would be good. Maybe the picnic bench. And I do like the fountain. Maybe the fountain should have gone there, really. Now we'll stick with the picnic bench. We'll add a small tree. 2 small trees. Absolutely fine. And that's a nice little road there. We've done something nice with that space. And we have plenty more. I wonder if we add in a second path to our secret path through here. like so. We have it meet up there. And, of course, upgrade it straight away. Now we have a little alleyway going along this house, which means we can start advertising some of our businesses on the wall. So, for example, one of those. One of these. And one of those. And I think it's lacking in flowers a little bit. So if we can get a flower chain, can we do that here? I thought we could on this one. Maybe not. That's okay. A couple of flower bushes at the entrance. Ah, there's the flower chain. So we can't do it up here, but we can do our triangular flowers. And I am going to have to move that poster so it's symmetrical. In fact, the whole thing isn't quite symmetrical, but that's okay. Nobody's perfect in Cosycombe. That's the beauty of Cosycombe. You don't have to be perfect to live here. There we go. And when you look down here, what a lovely view. What a nice part of town this is. We'll see if we can't continue the nice feeling throughout the rest of the town here. It's going to be difficult on these streets, but not impossible. In fact, these are prime locations for some advertising, I think, and some banners. We can. It's going to get a little blurry, I'm afraid, just while I put these on. Just because it's so tight down here. See, even just adding flags like that really brings it to life. Let's have a poster on each house. And maybe a couple of these right in the corner. It kind of makes it look like tiny newsstands, which I like. I wonder if it's overkill putting a flag in here. I don't think so. And then we just need to have a little think about other things we might see on the path. Maybe not a clock. Maybe a clock like this. I do like that. It just kind of brings this part of town to life. If you can't already tell, I've fully gone into my decorating element here. So I'm gonna put some flowers on those. And do you know what? I think that's okay for that road. I think that's all you need. We got these two houses over here that need something. And I think we need a brick wall. And hear me out. We put the wall across here like so. Then we paint the ground with a stone. As best we can. Let's turn off dithering. Just so we can fill in the gaps. And this is where we can put the fountain that we wanted. Right in the center like so. In fact, I've just seen that we can do this on the walls as well, which is amazing. And we'll put some stone benches in as well, so people can enjoy this watery area. And that's a shame I can't get the seats as close to the house as I wanted, so I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do, put in some flowers. It's there and there. And I don't think we need anything else down there. I tell a lie. Let's make it viney. Let's make it like a overgrown viney area. Look at that. Look at that. And that's great. Did we have alive vines? Is it just the dead vines? The ivy. I think it's just the dead ones at the moment. It's okay. Put a little light on the fountain there. Now, I have just seen, as we come to the end of decorating these houses, I have just seen a little pop-up saying that all of the research points and stuff is full. So we've done a nice bit of decorating there. And we've kind of brought that area to life, which is great. Let's take a little bit of time to have a look at what we can unlock. So we'll start with our regular research menu. We have done everything in dwelling, everything in hamlet, everything in village now that we've done the city hall. Small town, we've done almost everything apart from the clock gate, which is actually 900 out of 1,000 research points. But we could build that and see where we could put that. That will really make our artisans happier. I've picked that up. And then town, we haven't done an awful lot with town. Pottery, we haven't unlocked yet. Ferris wheel and a merry-go-round, so we have the potential for a small theme park, I suppose. Because we get funfair fences as well, so we could have a lot of fun with that. I feel like that's an episode in itself, so we'll say that's coming soon. What I should have done is the new research equipment, so we could get more research points, but that will come soon. Then we have the autumn decorations, which we haven't looked at yet. They came out in the previous update. And of course, third floor housing as well, and extra clotheslines. We are about to go into city, though, as soon as we hit that. In fact, we have hit it. But I don't want to hit it. I don't want to press it just yet. We actually have 3 more town sizes to go. So that's exciting. Now I would love the newspaper stand, but we're just gonna have to wait. Farm wise, we have unlocked almost everything apart from the Hatter, and then the ability to set hat colors. We actually have enough farm points to unlock tier 3 as well, but I would rather unlock the Hatter first, because I think we should build the Hatter. And we don't quite need to unlock the color of hats just yet. But Hatter is the artisan building that I would like to put down next. We find it in here under apparel. There we go. Above average production capacity. That means we're going to need a lot of workers. It does require cotton, roses, and beeswax, though, which I haven't made any farms for those. That's a shame. So that's something else we're going to have to do in the future. I lied. We do have plenty of space for it, though. I think up here is probably going to be a good spot for the theme park, for the carnival, Ferris wheel, etc., and some more leisure things. The artisans do want some more leisure too, so that will be a good thing to put up there. So it's food for thought for the future. We have a path going up there, so that's fine. Oh, that is a shame. So we have a school. It's not able to service a lot of the town, is the only thing. We are really stuck for space. Even oh, it would be tight even here. But I suppose we could. We could have a school up here. Because then that would cover a lot of these houses over here. Let's do it. This is the artisan building that we want. So first of all, I'm going to make a bit of a change to the path here. Just until I've placed the school and we know exactly where it's going. And I think... not even sure it needs to go right there. We could have it hit... oops. Well, I've placed it. We'll see how that looks. Let's remove these trees a second. It could be that we have it on the bend of the path and then we still have room for other things over here. Maybe some houses that are a bit further away from other people. But that accidental placement could be all that we needed. Just going to reverse the path a second. Do you know what? I'm not mad at that. We even have space. I'm going to make a tiny adjustment. I'm going to place it here. The reason being is we have a little bit of an extra big space here to put in a play park. But let's put our path back in. Just going to go like so. That's good enough for now. That's good enough for me. Let's upgrade the path. And fingers crossed, we should see a good amount of usage with that school. So there you go. That has reached all of these houses, a couple over here, and even one over here. That's really good. And that's our public service. It's gone up by 2%, which is pretty okay. Let's put in our play area for the kids. One slide, one hopscotch. And definitely a fence because it's super unsafe at the moment. Like so. Okay, much safer. Much safer. We don't need a fence to the other side because the cliff is acting as a natural barrier there, really. That's good. Let's have a little dirt path. No, let's have a plaza path. Goes all the way there. And we want... I'm going to line the perimeter with trees like this. You do find in schools over here that there is a bit more of a man-made line of trees at schools. There we go, and I think we'll put some autumn leaves under this one. Make it a bit autumnal. And that's good. One thing we now need to do is make sure that we have light along the path, of course, because now we'll be having school children use it. They need to see where they're going. Yeah. That's really good. We're at 99% now, in fact. I think that's because I've added some decoration. Maybe we will continue that theme of adding decoration by adding some to the school. And I think they would be a little bit more, again, a bit man-made in their decoration. They would have these pre-planted bushes. That's pretty good. Can we actually place decorations inside the school? That's a shame. That would have been fun. Unless it has to be... Oh, interestingly, it's making it seem like it's... Oh no, oh, that's a shame. Not a problem though, because we can place... decorations on the school itself. We can have a lot of potted plants on the windows that the students would look after as part of their learning. Do we want to put a rock in here? A play rock? I think that's a bit dangerous. I wonder if we put in a shed on the other side of the road as like an additional outhouse as well. I think I'm going to do that. Just for storing maybe PE equipment for the lessons. And that is a really cozy spot. And we'll put a bollard here as well, just for extra safety. Would we put a sign on here? Ah, I know. We could do this because it looks like it would be a sign saying, oh, this classroom over here and this classroom over here. There. And they are as happy as they can probably be right now. I really like that. They also have an amazing view over this side of the town. So what an extra bonus they have. I think that's where we're going to end for today. We've made a really nice corridor along here for our artisan residents. We've spruced up their living area too with some extra fountain, extra seating, just generally making it look nice. And we have our newest artisan building, which is the school over here. I think I might try and squeeze in some houses along here somehow. And it might have to be just one house, a lone house at the end of the cliff, like so. And maybe we might be able to get a small row of houses up here. I just think we will eventually have to start maximizing on our space. We've also got this area here too, which was going to be a nature reserve. It still could be. But there we go. Cosycombe grows once more. Of course, the last thing that I want to do in this episode is thank everyone for watching, as always. I really, really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed today's episode or things you might want to see in the future. I always love to hear what you guys thought of the episode and what you think my plans should be. And other than that, stay cozy, friends.